Good morning, how you doing? Yesterday we're in Scottsdale, and since COVID, every time I travel now, I travel with intent. I take notes each day on what I've learned, my takeaways, and I like to share them. So on this video today, I want to share 3 things that I saw yesterday that I thought were really cool. I think I'll do a blog article individual on each of these things. The first one was a sandwich store that we went to, and we stopped there because there was a big sign at the front that said voted America's #1 sandwich shop. So we went there, we had a sandwich, and it was really ordinary. It wasn't very good at all. And then I read afterwards that it was #1 in 2009. And I think now it's 2024. I think there's a big lesson there that if you've won an award years and years ago, I think it's important to keep checking what the competition is doing, and have you kept up, or are you falling behind a little bit and your sandwiches are not as good as what they used to be, especially in 2009. It was really dry. It wasn't too good at all. The second thing was we went to P.F. Chang's for dinner. Food was fantastic. What was interesting about it is they had this drink called Sunrise Dragon, I think it was. And it comes with this little cup. It's a nice red colour. And when it's served to you, little lids on there. And when they take off, the smoke sort of comes up, which looks fantastic. Anyway, so we ordered one. I thought, oh, this would be good. Something to film, but it'll end up looking really good. Do it in slow motion. Anyway, the girl puts the drink on her table and goes, here's your drink. Quickly just pulls the lid off and then walked away. And the smoke pretty much followed the draft that she created when she walked away. And we went, well, that was a missed opportunity that we could have filmed, but also for the restaurant, it's an opportunity when people buy those sort of drinks that they'd like to film it, put it on social media, and share that with their friends, and then tag P.F. Chang's in it. So I'm actually going to contact P.F. Chang's and send her a message and go, I think you should spend or pay a little bit more time and attention to when that drink is delivered. Explain to people what's going to happen, and if they'd like to film it and tag the restaurant, I think that would be a fantastic idea. So just, if you've got a process in place, and there's probably a reason why they had this smoke come away from the actual drink. And it was probably the idea when it came about was to be very visual and something that people go, wow. But the way that ours was delivered and the way that she just took the lid off and walked away and the draft carried the smoke with her, all the excitement or how cool it looked actually disappeared with it. The third thing I saw yesterday I wanted to share, which I thought was fantastic, was a place called Capital One Cafe. So it's a bank and a coffee shop have actually got together. Coffee was fantastic. But what was really interesting, when we went there and bought the coffee, the lady said to us, are you a Capital One member? Do you have a bank account? We went, oh, why is that? Oh, if you are, you get a 50% discount on your coffee. We thought, that was really clever. I don't know who came up with the idea, whether it was the bank or the coffee company. I'd say it was probably the bank, but it was just very unique. I love seeing 2 different businesses combining to create something that's a little bit unique. So I thought that was a great idea, a bank and a coffee shop. And the good part about it, a coffee was fantastic. It was a Verve coffee. So like I said, I'm gonna write 3 separate blog articles on those 3 things: the sandwich shop, and I'll have a picture of the signage. So go to my website, tysonfranklin.com, over the next week, and I should have each of those blog articles actually written with a couple of photos as well. So one's about the sandwich store, and if you've won awards, just have a look at what the competition's doing and making sure you're keeping up with it, because the sandwich I had was definitely wasn't voted #1 by me, or I don't think anybody else I spoke to after I told them I had it. The second thing was that drink. If you're doing something that's going to have a wow factor, is make sure the team, or make sure, I think the lady who served the drink didn't understand what the whole idea behind that drink was, what the wow factor was going to be for the person who was buying it. So just remember, if there's a wow factor in your business, make sure everybody in the team understands the importance of the wow factor. And the third thing was the bank, the Capital One and the coffee shop. Fantastic idea. And yeah, is there someone that you can combine with to come up with something a little bit unique? You never know, just give it some thought. Hope you get something from that. And like I said, my plan is to do some videos every couple of days, share the things that I've learned or that I've seen. And like I said, I like to travel now with intent. I'm always looking around. And the other part too, when I travel, prior to COVID, I just traveled because I could. now that I'm traveling post-COVID, I really appreciate everything's around me. I pay a lot more attention to what I'm actually seeing. I actually take a lot more photos now than I used to, of just things that might seem insignificant at the time, but after I take the photo and I look back at it a couple of weeks later, even a year or two later, I look at things and go, oh, I remember exactly where that was. So it's a beautiful part of Arizona, Scottsdale, and off to Tempe later on this afternoon, and I'll shoot another video. Okay, talk to you later, bye.